Greetings of glorious light illuminators, way showers, physical, non-physical beings, consciousnesses, collectives, all present today. Thank you for joining me. My name's Wendy. If you're new to my channel, I am a light language linguist, channel, oracle, healer, helping us all connect with our higher selves, our highest purposes, our multidimensional aspects, DNA, parallel realities. So thank you if you're new. All things metaphysical to you. I'm coming to you in this impromptu moment to wish us all. I'm a Sagittarian today as we record this in time as we count time. Today is the full moon in Sagittarius. I am born under the sign of Sagittarius. And I also have the Taurus rising. There's lots of things happening, lots of astrology conjunctions and things, which I am not an astrologer. And I was going to do something live tonight. I'm still not sure if we're going to, but I wanted to just take this impromptu moment to say hello and just I don't know, put out a burst of loving light energy, because Sagittarians are all about exuberance and excitement and learning and philosophy and travel and being that those of us who are born under the sign of Sagittarius, and any sign, all of us only get one full moon in our sign and one new moon in our sign per year. And so this, for me and all of us who even share any of the Sagittarius energy, this is a most powerful day. And I wanted to say hello and simply just send us all a shot of loving light language. And the question for me has been all day for myself: what would I do? What would my life be like if I was fearless? If I had less fear? If I eliminated? If I no longer operated and made any decision from any form of fear? That is my exploration today. And for me, it's as if this is my lifelong theme. Part of my lifelong theme is to, it's funny. It's like I've been afraid of everything, but never been scared to actually do something that I decided to do. It's kind of a strange parallel, kind of a paradox and a dichotomy, if you will, I guess. But I've been recognizing more and more as I awaken and I raise my consciousness that I'm seeing all of these fears coming up that it's asking me, do I want to continue to participate in my life in this way? And how can I absolutely see a circumstance that I am perceiving that I do not prefer? If I remove the fear from it all, what does it look like now? And this has simply been a conscious exploration for me in a big way today, and really for a while. And the idea of also judgment. Fear and judgment are not love. There's fear, and judgment is all from fear. Every piece of judgment is attached to fear of some form. So for me, this is my full moon in Sagittarius intention. Yes, everything changes moment by moment, billions of times per moment, but in our conscious linear journey, nothing changes if nothing changes. Aleandia kotobese ashoaku henahi naya. Liatovesamoso untoshi siemotoveki alononi tese tobasha anakotovismo sofa shonoto ikiara alakita shiataki siemosovashana ike. I'm waving at Dave. The bosomoso tofahaya aporobaya. Nikit Davison no Sove Samosho Niti Kia la Nimia Vakoro Kia Soteshe Savaso and Samoro go to Verashanote Mia Sovasama Mia sa and te Kishinotove Samite, and I made this beautiful big pot of homemade soup, and so we're getting ready for dinner. And I just it was one of those spontaneous moments. I wanted to just sit and say hi, ya tombe so and express to you the full moon energy of Sagittarius in my vibration, I guess. It's like it's beautiful, it's bright, it's mysterious, but it's I'm it's as if the words I'm yato vesamosobe eteaka lezomosoveje I moro patobesenete ikaya. You know, if you're new to light language, it's as if there's I can't even explain it, like millions and millions of thoughts and images and information. I'm waving at Dave to come in and say hi. Oh. So he knew I was doing a video, so he went and got the drum. See, there we have it, guys. Niata vesera tokushana he uyakale na ya he ayakatu ayakatu le na he akatu he Now that's spontaneity. I came in here spontaneously, and I even said we weren't sure if we were going to go live today or not, and we're going to eat dinner, and the and there he sees me making a video and picks right up on the vibe. Montana in la giorno di vismosa in te e Nikia sono sovessimo e Anna cateve sono sciolto bello hino piano qui Sekia sono teasa
e ka ane te ia ta tuanea ane te ia ka ane te i te ai o te ia na ia a te ai o nu a te i te ai
Ja, to je samo sopašena, kot je vismo sovešena, ki I šana sebe samo to vismo I te I lešano palajšin, kento bet bajana ke se sana. And you know, I don't even know if you know this, but I'm just going to bring it up because I just happened to come across this very brief, short video of Joe Rogan, and he was talking about Jackie Gleason. Now, for many young people, you probably have no idea who Jackie Gleason is, but actor in the 50s and in that era, and he was talking about how President Nixon took him on a visit to see a UFO, and Jackie Gleason built at least one home, if not multiple homes, I believe, in upstate New York. I just saw this a few minutes ago, shaped like UFOs. So I guess you can look at it, research it. I just came across it, but that's the vibration I was in.
To the moon.
I was in the moon vibration, the star vibration, the interstellar travel. We've been talking today about NASA and space camp and rocket ships, and Dave's livelihood is involved in aerospace technology and that idea. And so it was like we were having this conversation about all of these things today, and it was like all of a sudden it's Bodo Kusuma, it's like we're having fun connecting dots and for ourselves, even in breadcrumbs from our own, linear life and so forth. So anyway, and the symbol for Sagittarius is an arrow. So it's like, what direction do we want to go in? This is an exemplary. That's pretty great. I don't know if you guys can see that up close, but he's got Dave. There you go. Show him your compass. Compass on his shirt.
There we go.
What direction do you guys want to go in today? And I was just briefly talking about how my kind of exploration today has been about fearlessness. What would it be if I was not just less fearful, but if I completely, I don't want to use the word eliminated. I want to say honor my fears, but realize they're just not serving me anymore. And the higher vibration we go, all of us, the more we feel these fears, the more we feel the need for healing, the more we feel the need for each other, the more we feel, if we want to define it as karmic trauma and all of this stuff that we're holding on to from eons and DNA and our star families and how do we now look at that from a fearless, I don't even want to say what's non-fearful, what's the opposite of even fearless, what's the next step of fearless? No fear. Love. That's all it is.
So, newsflash.
Love or fear. I said that earlier too.
We can't be going through this transformation without already having done all the work. So not to say there's no work to be done or it's all, what do they say, rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, right.
But the working through all of the past life issues and the programming that you think you've been subject to, we've already figured all that out. Now it's just time to let go of the fears. Imagine a life that has no fear.
And that's what I've been doing. I've been imagining my life like, what would my life, what would I want to do if I didn't use fear as the reason for not doing it? Even if it means not doing the things I thought I loved or the things that I thought were important. Having no fear to even go that direction. Miato. Siana, Togosho, Semela Sintoko, Amana Hela Dona Vesamo Palate, Elisha Kaluro Manea Kalate, Malala Lukaporo Shona Mala Lato, Landiato Vesabala, La Kesha Tonake, Tomalavesha Nolo Kopayanda, Kajana, Kijana, Tuzo, Kolowala. I was just hearing like, what is going to make you blow your own mind? Like, what is going to change your direction in the direction of who you really want to be, who you want to present yourself to the world? I was thinking about some things that I have been presented with in my own life that I'm looking at as, I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this. I want no part of that. And then I'm beginning to realize, what fear is attached to that, making me feel that way? And how can I look at that exact same circumstances? Wait a minute. Maybe that's part of my divine mission, that sounds so, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe part of the orchestration of my higher self and me moving toward the direction of the thing that I do prefer is needing to do this thing that I don't really want to do. That is, it's something I've never really wanted to participate in. And yet now in my own exploration, I will say in the vibrations that I've been exploring, well, this is now presented to me as part of that idea of something that I want to no longer part of my reality, and what's so
So
the
you've
fear that's behind
so
the vibration that caused it.
So from a multidimensional, infinite idea of you've actually experienced all your lives already. You've actually gone through ascension. There's a future, there's a past, but you are you now. And you can connect to all of those things simultaneously to bring forth the you that you want to be in every moment. So opportunities come up for you to prove to the universe that you really are the version of you that you say you want to be. And by grounding that in the physical reality, it allows the physical reality to reflect back to you what you say you want. So these are opportunities. And what actually happens about whatever it is you might be going through, or whatever it is that you might think you have to do that you don't want to do, you have no insistence on this, because insistence is not part of the idea of your highest joy and excitement. So having insistence on something prevents the thing from coming. So releasing the insistence on it and the expectations allows the thing to play out in a way that's going to benefit you the most. And it might end up being you don't have to do the thing that you thought you didn't want to do, but you released all the resistance to it.
Yes.
And the point
and the
of
fear.
the point of it might simply be you've already figured out that that's not the reality that you prefer. You've figured out how to move through those realities because you're an infinite being, able to experience whatever reality you want moment to moment. How do you progress through those realities as the person that you want to be,
that I want
or
to
the
be.
person
Yes.
that you think belongs in the reality where things are happening that you don't prefer?
Do I need to check the soup? Did we turn it on?
We turned it back on.
Oops. Okay, hang on.
Soup.
Hold on.
Pause. New reality. New reality.
So there's
It's up
spontaneity
to
for you.
you.
It's up to you. I love that. So I think part of it today, the thing I wanted to, other thing I wanted to express today too, is that, you know, first let me say that it was emotional and physical healing that I was looking for, I guess, when I stumbled upon the idea of light workers, the idea of 1111, when I stumbled upon meditation and all of these other things, it stemmed from not only my personal healing, physical, emotional, lots of things, but I think it also came from, we were talking about this a lot today too, about the collective and how how emotionally what's the word I want to use? How emotionally the emotional toll that the things that are going on in our world can take on us that we may not even understand. And like for example, war and my resistance to that idea, and how traumatic that can feel on a collective level. And I just use that as an example because it's one of the things that I just simply don't vibrate with. And so we were talking about that too a little bit, and then we start getting into interstellar, that in our DNA and what our interstellar, families also had to go through when we talk about the Lyrans and the Pleiadians and the Syrians and that idea of they also they had their own ascension process and also had all of these that they also went through, which is why they're our guides now, physical and non-physical. So I don't want to go too far into that, but I think the idea is to understand that the more we're feeling that now is because you are so much closer to the core vibration of love, which is fearless. It doesn't contain fear. It doesn't contain fear. So the more we're experiencing it, understand that it's because the closer we're becoming to that higher vibrational version of us, in which we can now see how those things are not serving us and how fear itself is the creator of all of that.
Yeah, and as we increase our vibration collectively and individually, fear is not contained within those higher vibrations.
Right.
So it's trying to leave.
Exactly.
So it's only, we're only holding it back from leaving.
Yes.
So the idea of letting go of the fear, it doesn't have to be difficult because it wants to leave.
Yes.
It's only the desire to keep it that makes it more and more difficult.
It's our beliefs and our conditioning.
And there's an idea of flailing.
Yes,
things
that
flailing
idea. Yes.
as they're trying to leave.
Right. It's like our vibration kind of wants them to stay, but the things that are not serving us want to leave. They really want to leave. Our brain isn't. Yes.
Is saying, but that's serving us to
Somehow,
survive in this world.
Right.
We can't let go of that.
We can't let go of that fear.
You have to look both ways.
Because that's what we always learned. You have to be in fear in order to navigate through this. And this is what we're changing that vibrational version of us. And this can go in a lot of different directions. There's a lot of tendrils and lots of ways that we can explore this idea. And I have for a long time, but with the ways that we can take this together, all of us together from here forward.
So you can't know these things by just being told. And the great thing about it is you could test these ideas on little things. Let go of little fears and see what happens.
Yes, that is
when you see that the idea works, that by letting go of a little fear, that thing now starts to manifest in much better ways. You could apply that same idea that you now know inside, in your heart. You can now apply those to the bigger things and see what happens. And it's really just a matter of acknowledging that they're happening, appreciating them, and allowing for the next thing.
And it's funny because in this process I recognized immediately the vibration in which I created this particular circumstance that I didn't prefer. But I will say immediately, I it's almost as if it was immediate, like, okay, I want to address, I don't want to say address because that sounds, I want to understand this fear and eliminate it, because I don't want the universe to have to knock harder for me to get it. I now see this circumstance as an appreciation. I see it now in appreciation that, okay, this is the opportunity. Like Dave said, this is a little thing. It's a little thing. Trust me. And yet, when I look at something that's not a little thing, that maybe somebody else might be going through in their own journey, I'm going, wow, I'm pretty lucky that this is the circumstance I get to learn from this, and not needing the universe to knock louder, and that I need to get deeper or whatever. I think you get the drift there.
Well, and Bashar would say, negative belief, negative belief.
Mm-hmm.
You don't open the door, it gets,
louder and louder and louder.
And all you have to do is greet the negative belief. It's part of you. It
It's
serves
just you.
You get to choose what you want to be in every moment, because you're all things. All of those, if you could imagine the thing, then that's part of you. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of it. It's just certain things serve you from moment to moment. You bring forth the thing that you feel is going to serve you in that moment. You let the other things go. They're always there. You know, even things that you don't like about yourself, you're not letting them go. You're just putting them in your pocket. For me, who knows when you might need them. Maybe you'll use them for a positive reason, just to tell a story to someone so they could learn from it without having to go through it to the same extent you had to.
And I also recognize that there's things that I was looking at from the perspective of, this is just something I don't want to do, and it's aggravating, it's irritating, it's just whatever. And realizing that there must be a reason maybe I need to be there for someone else. Maybe it has it clearly must have something to do with an orchestration with me and someone else. But then I started to get to feel, oh, well, wait a minute. If I look at it a different way, as I reduce my fears about the circumstances, as you mentioned earlier, it may turn out I may not even end up having to even be involved in the very thing that I do not prefer, because I'm already accepting it. I'm releasing the resistance against it. I'm seeing it as maybe it's my light that's necessary in this particular circumstance. And I'm also starting to see some of the other positive aspects about it. And it could very well be that maybe I won't even have to go through the whole process, or maybe it will be reduced or eliminated altogether, or that I will. And then I was reminded today about sometimes the most irritating things that we experience in our lives turn out to be, oh my God, I never would have done this thing that made me do this thing had I not had to do this thing.
So in your infinite power and self-empowerment, by actually getting excited perhaps about
doing the thing
is how you transform the negative belief system into a positive situation, because everything is presented in a neutral way. It's presented as love, which actually is a positive thing. We're just looking at it as an unpreferred thing.
I'm looking at it as, this is against my values. This is against the things that I stand for. This is something that is against all of the things that I'm passionate about, and all of the things. It's about all the things I hate in the world.
It's only our perception of the thing and our interpretation of it based on beliefs and definitions that presents it in a way that's negative.
It was my first reaction to it was negative. It was like, no.
And why would that be?
And that was right.
And can we change that? Because once you change that, and since we've really already done this before, it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a long process. It doesn't have to be, years of work, or going to see someone else to give you insight on it.
And I was just given the reminder too, and even if you can move from like totally negative to just a neutral, because that's what I had to do to get to the pot. You know what I'm saying? Until I could look at it from a neutral standpoint, this is me creating the circumstance from a higher level. If that's all you can do is go from I hate this to just a place of more neutrality.
So just understand
neutral is still positive.
That it is possible to look at it from a different way.
Even that
is enough to open the door to allow the positive things to occur, to have the idea of how it could be positive, or how you could use it in a positive way, or how maybe it's something you need to endure so someone else could get a positive thing out of it, which is service to others, service to humanity, which another reason why we're here.
Well, sometimes all of our fears and worries are about another person. And I'm being reminded of that of myself and to others, that some of our angst is about another person, and to allow ourselves to remind ourselves that, one, they are also sovereign beings and they're having their own theme. And as Dave often says, it's really none of our business what it is that they came to explore. And also that if we can go to a neutral place and realize that there must be something positive for their soul to learn to go through that. And if any of our angst is because of something another person is going through, which is also part of my fear process right now, is that exact thing, that I am judging literally another person's experience as unpreferred. I don't want to say negative, but that it's a horrible thing, and oh my God, I wish they didn't have to go through that. But boy, I'll realize all of a sudden when I come back to my center and understanding that this person is a holy being, they are a soul with over souls going through something themselves, and that I also, by co-creating this, I must have something positive and to benefit me also from observing the experience, and also to not look at it as, oh my God, what a horrible thing this person has to do or go through. Not my business to say that. It's not my business to judge that. I don't know that. That could be that person's enlightenment, that's what catapulted them to ascension. Who am I to say that experience wasn't what they needed to go through? I am not to say. So all of this has been kind of swimming in my vortex with this full moon energy, full moon in Sagittarius, the exuberance behind becoming fearless.
Enlightened. Very enlightening.
And to see it from a place of love. And I know that sounds woo-woo and ridiculous, but if we can look at if it's fear or love, then we're seeing it from a place of love is just the opposite of seeing it from a place of fear. Okay. Then how can I see something that I don't prefer in myself, my past, my present, or my future, or someone else's, from a completely neutral, completely loving place? That's none of my business, and the only business I've got is knowing that somehow, some way, this is my soul growth in all of these experiences. So yeah. So isn't it funny? We were talking all day about going live. Do we not? Do we this? And do I do a card reading? But here we are. I just wanted to explore this with all of you. I'm going to upload this. I don't know what we're going to do in a little while or later or tonight, because when you follow your highest joy moment by moment, sometimes the soup gets turned off and you sit and make a video and become more of all that you are. And if light languages are knocking at your door, there's a reason for that too, in that there must be something positive, healing, explorative, intuitive, expansive for you. Whether it's just listening to it, learning to speak, and if it's there for you, it's not something you learn, it's something you allow. And me as a guide, I'm just there to help you allow it, not teach you how to do it, because I can't do that. I can't teach you how, but I can teach you how to help yourself allow it. The power is yours. It's in you. Maybe I'm the bridge, maybe I'm a facilitator, an activator, but it's still you.
Oh, you offer the frequency of
Yes,
which
thank you.
you can experience it.
It's just, exactly. Thank you for saying that. I'm just offering a frequency. And that frequency truly is unconditional love. When I say that I love you all, I can't, I mean that. Like, I don't even know you, but I love you. Because I identify with...
But you really love you.
And you, and you. And I love you. Mwah. I love you guys. Mwah. What fear is standing in your way of you stepping forward into your own spotlight? No matter what that is. Whether it's doing something, going somewhere, following your instincts to see somebody, meet somebody. The day I met Dave was online, just hanging out, and he just said, hey, wow, I saw you on YouTube, and I just like, wow, I got this like, I just want to hang out with you. I just want to chat. And whatever my fears were that were standing in the way of any of that, I set aside, and now we're married. So
thanks for hanging out and playing with us.
And just remember, you can't be in this conversation and in this video or in this whatever if it wasn't your vibration. We're the same. We're going to go eat our wonderful soup.
As it says on our soap, we are one.
Yes, it does. No, all one. It says all one.
All one.
All one. But yes, we are all one. The one is the all. The one is the all. And the all are the one. All of us are the one.
Expressing themselves in their own special way.
Mwah! Expressing myself in my own special way.
We love you.
We love you guys. Bye. Happy full moon in Sagittarius, the fiery, energetic, passionate Sagittarius. Okay, babies, let's go. Let's light the fire under you. Let's go. Bye.